Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on Oman. We just wanted to quickly check if there is anyone already connected. Can you just write in the chat if you can hear me and if you are actually here? We will definitely wait a few minutes before we start. Very nice. Fantastic. Very good. So, hi, Lauren. Yeah, very nice to see the feedback from you guys, because it does seem that I'm just talking to the screen. So that's very nice of you guys to be here online to listen to our presentation. I just want to say that, you know, that's our one of quite a first experience for us in Zoom. So we might probably have a few little technical issues. If this happens, hopefully not, but just please apologize from the very beginning. Since we are still gathering together, maybe you could yeah, nice to see you too, Amanda. Maybe you could tell us which cities you come from, just to see the geography. I see Manchester. Oh, Leah, that's nice. We just were chatting with you yesterday. Scotland. Oh my God, look at that. That's amazing. All right. Great. Well, now you see how many of us are there, and that's fantastic that you found time to come. Did you get yourself a nice cup of tea, spicy tea, probably? You know, we call the spicy tea in Oman karak, chai. Yes, that's another one. Very nice. Okay, so guys, before we start, and we're waiting for another 2 minutes to start, can you just tell us if you already sell Oman? Have you ever had requests for Oman? I see Helen Young, Diane Live. Oh, wow. Well, that's great. Those who have requests for Oman, who had requests for Oman already, that's awesome. But this webinar will be really for those who are also planning to add this amazing destination to their portfolio. So it's perfect for everybody. Okay, so probably we shall start smoothly, and I would like to let you know that we are recording this webinar, so we will be able to share the link with everyone who participated or registered for that webinar. In case you have some things to do in between, do not worry, you will be able to catch up with us at any time soon. But I really appreciate that you're online. Probably I should introduce myself to those who haven't met me yet, and I assume that 99% of you haven't. I've been with the lead for almost 2 years, and I recently relocated to the UK. So now I am in charge of the UK market. I'm business development manager for the for lead travel and tourism. I spent 4 years in Oman, and obviously, as you can imagine, I've been traveling a lot, and I learned a lot about their culture and amazing traditions, and I'm really keen on sharing this information with you today. But I am not the only one to host this webinar today. We also have representatives of two unique properties. Samantha Williams, who represents the Chedi Muscat.
Hello, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, here she is. And Karen Davidson, representing Anantara Al Jabal Al Akhdar.
Hi,
everyone. I see that some of you know the girls personally. That's always nice to catch up with those that you have already met in your offices, maybe at some road shows or presentations. That's amazing. So before we start, I will just outline the framework of our webinar. First of all, I will talk about our DMC, because probably some of you haven't worked with us yet. Secondly, I will cover the practical issues about Oman, such as visa and logistics from the UK. And then the third big part, we will talk about the about Oman, general knowledge, general facts about Oman, but also we will have a virtual journey around central Oman, and Karen and Samantha will talk about the accommodation along the way. So does it sound good to you? Shall we start? Okay, first of all, I would like to speak about our management, because we have a very unique combination of business approach to handling our business, because one of our managers, managing director, is Miss Karen Harden. She is German, married to Mr. Amor Harden. He is the founder and the owner of the company. So from one side, you have very high standards of service, and from the other side, you have local contacts and, of course, deep understanding, deep knowledge of the country. We have 3 offices. The first one we opened in 2004, the head office in Muscat. In 2006, office in Dubai, to support our operations in Muscat. And in 2013, we also launched an office in Salalah. So that is how we covered all the 3 main areas, so that you could have your combined tours organized by Elite. This is very convenient. Moreover, our cars are insured to travel from Oman to UAE back and forth, so you do not have to switch the cars, which is the case for most of the DMCs in Oman. So this is something that makes us unique in the market. And also it is important to mention that we are truly a money DMC. So most of the DMCs, they have origins, they open their offices first in UAE, and then they launch their branches in Oman. For us, it's the other way around. So we're really truly a money DMC. We are very strong in German, Austrian, and Switzerland markets. Gradually, we worked on Benelux, and now we are developing the UK market. That is why we are trying to be very active, and you will definitely hear a lot about ours in the future. Just to sum it up, a few things about Elite. I would really highlight that we are growing very fast. We already have more than 50 staff in our office from 9 countries, speaking different languages, and everyone is fluent in English. Most of the staff are Europeans. We even work the European style from Monday till Friday, and we always have someone during the weekend. So we are always reachable. Even during the public holidays in Oman, Elite works all the time. We have a limited time to reply on your FAT request, 24 hours. So that's also very important, the speed of our reply. We rely on our internal infrastructure. We have 40 cars, including Toyota Land Cruiser, Toyota Prado, and Toyota Camry for transfers. And it is important to say that our cars are insured for off-road. When you rent a car for your tourists from other rental companies, please make sure that the car is insured for off-road, because very often it is not the case. And to explore Oman properly, you definitely need to go off the beaten track. And we also have 10 guides employed by Elite, which means that we maintain very high standards of guiding. And for example, if you have the repeated clients, they can have the same guides with them. We are mostly focusing on high-end FITs, tailor-made tours, and incentives. And obviously, this demands a lot of attention to details, and all your requests will be treated individually. And recently, we launched a B2B portal with real XML connectivity. For some of you, this can be also handy. So talking about logistics, for the UK citizens, it is really hassle-free. We have two options: either the national carrier Oman Air has daily flights, actually twice daily, from London to Muscat. It will take 8 hours, or daily from Manchester. It will take a little bit over 7 hours. So this is the newly launched flight, so that we could really cover the north of the UK. And you also have British Airways that operate from October till April. Speaking about visa, it's again very easy procedure. You have two options: either upon arrival, but then you would probably have to queue, because you go to the separate counter before you can actually go to the border, to the customs. Or you can purchase the visa online. Here is the website of the Omani Royal Police. It is a single visit visa. Up to 10 days, the price is $15, and up to 30 days, $60. You can also request us this service at additional cost. We can also handle that. And processing time is from few hours up to 7 business days. So I would recommend to probably purchase it about a couple of weeks before the departure to be on the safe side. But the visa is valid only for 30 days. So do not issue visa before 30 days prior to arrival. The list of documents is basic. There's a passport valid for 6 months after return, high quality passport photo on white background, scan of the first page of the passport, and mother's family name. That's all you need for your visa. Let's say you have arrived to Muscat and you get your visa formalities sorted. At arrival, you are greeted in amazing new modern international airport that was opened only in 2018. Very intuitive, luxury airport, one of the best in the Middle East. And now I would like to say a few words about the general information on Oman. The country is a sultanate. Actually, there are only 2 sultanates in the world. One of them is, I'm not sure if anyone can answer that question. So anyways, one of them is Brunei and another one is Oman. That makes our country even more unique. Sultan Qaboos bin Said took over in 1970, and he was the longest Arab leader. Unfortunately, he passed away in January 2020, but people worship him as a father because he led the country to prosperity. Now, his cousin Haytham bin Tariq bin Said took over, and he took the same course to the diversification of economy, tourism being one of the priorities. I would really like to highlight that one of the selling points of Oman is the safety in the country. You might be surprised to know that it's actually in top 10 safest countries in the world, including female individual travelers. If you meet the Omani people, you will understand straight away, you will feel straight away how hospitable and friendly they are. And given the circumstances that we are facing now, the COVID situation, it is important to also mention that country maintains very high standards of hygiene. And this destination allows avoiding queues. There are no crowds at sightseeing. So this can be also one of the points, let's say, to convince your clients to choose Oman. Speaking about the location of the place, it's actually really perfect. So it's at the Arabian Peninsula, bordering United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Yemen. It is washed by warm waters of Gulf of Oman in the north, and by the Indian Ocean in the south. The coastal line stretches for 3,000 kilometers, and there are 11 regions with so much to see and to do that probably average time spent in Oman would be around 10 days. The country is surrounded by magnificent mountains, Hajar Mountains, and these mountains protect the country from cold winds and rain during the winter time. The season starts official season is from October till March, but I would say that probably from mid-September till mid-April, it's still okay to come. The average winter temperature is about 28 degrees, and in the mountains, it's gonna be cooler, about 15 degrees cooler. Karen will speak about this later, but I just want to say that even during the summertime, you can actually combine a few days at the beach, and then you can explore the mountains in quite a nice temperature. What makes Oman really unique, what makes Oman to stand out from the other countries of Gulf region, it's Omani authenticity and culture. It's embedded in all aspects of daily life, from food and clothes to traditions, and of course, Omani hospitality. So don't be surprised if you walk by the street and you see people gathering together and having their traditional coffee with cardamom, and they can invite you to taste the dates and have a coffee with them. Europeans find this very appealing, how they can mingle with the locals. And despite the fact that Sultan Qaboos took over in 1970 and started modernization of the country, Oman never lost its roots. So that is why you will not find any skyscrapers here. All buildings are maximum 9 floors, except for Sheraton Hotels. It's our local skyscraper, 16 floors. So let's say, let's imagine you arrived to Muscat, and the first day we'll let you relax and enjoy yourself in amazing property, the Chedi Muscat. So our representative, Samantha, will talk about her property very shortly.
Thank you so much, Svetlana, and thank you for a wonderful introduction to Oman. Absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much again for joining us, everyone, and welcome to the Chedi Muscat. For the next few minutes, I'm going to hopefully transport you there and bring the hotel to life for you. So as Svetlana so rightly said, it's potentially the first day of your holiday. You touch down at Muscat International Airport, and it's just a short 20-minute transfer until you arrive at the Chedi Muscat. After the long flight, this is what you're greeted with. So this is the lobby as you arrive. Some of you may have been before, so this will take a trip down memory lane, but for those who haven't, this is your arrival experience. The Chedi is actually the top of a temple in Thai, and so the Asian ethos is very much at the heart of everything to do with the Chedi brand. As you can see here, you're greeted by the kind of Asian Zen matched with all the Omani touches reflected in the architecture and design that surrounds you, but also in the service you receive. So we often associate Asia with very high levels of service, and as Svetlana has said, the very welcome hospitality of the Omani people here too. Here in the lobby, you're meant to feel like you're actually being welcomed into a Bedouin house. So the Chedi is actually a very expansive resort. We're spread over 21 acres with 370 meters of private beach. So you're coming off your flight and you're welcomed into an oasis of calm for some ultimate rest and relaxation here. As you can see, we've got beautiful gardens where even these trees are in Asian lines of Zen as they lead down to the beach. The hotel definitely has two very distinct faces. So by day, it's the white of the buildings. You transfer across the kind of lush green lawns that you can see here down to the blue sea. And then by night and in the evening, you're transformed into a very, very, well, a kind of breathtakingly romantic scene. So here you can see all the lights that light up the pathways around the water gardens. There are candles and fire pits all around it. And it really is a very, very special place. So that's the kind of two faces of the hotel, as I like to see it. So moving on, we have 3 swimming pools at the Chedi. Here you have the Serai pool. This is the family pool. The other 2 pools are actually adult only, and we'll come on to that. Here you can see the kind of sunshades that protect the children when they're in the pool, and you process down past the pool and down to the beach in the far distance there as well. Now, I'm often asked if the hotel is good for families, and I always say we have everything that the modern family needs, from high chairs, cots, kids menus, babysitters, and as you can see here, the family designated pool. But we actually don't have any kids clubs on site. There's no lazy rivers or water slides. So for me, when I put my mum hat on, I would say the Chedi is perfect for clients who are wishing to be on holiday with their children, but potentially not wishing to be on holiday with the rest of the world's children. So we have everything you need, but if there's lots of kind of kids club and activities that you need day by day, then there are obviously lots of other properties that might be more apt for that, depending on your client. Here we move on to the Chedi pool. So this is a beautiful infinity pool overlooking the beach. Not actually visible in this image are some double day beds, so sort of almost being taken from where we're standing here. So there's double day beds all along the side here, so perfect for couples to sit there, relax all day, and look out over the sea. And then finally, the third of our pools, this is the long pool. We were creative with the names, but it's aptly named because it's actually currently the longest pool in Arabia. So this pool is 103 meters long. And trust me, one length is perfectly enough. On the left-hand side, you have the beautiful, the beauty and wellness area. And alongside either side of this pool, again, you can see the kind of double day beds there, like we have at the Chedi pool too. So it's an ideal place to relax and enjoy the sun once you've had a couple of lengths in the 103-meter pool. Okay, moving on to the rooms. So we have 160 rooms at the hotel. There's plenty of space and rooms and suites to suit all your clients' needs, depending on what they may be. Here you'll see our lead-in rooms. So these are our Serai rooms. I always feel it's worth pointing out these are slightly smaller in size, so that's worth bearing in mind for your clients. It is a queen-sized bed, and the rooms have views out over the gardens, down to the sea or towards the Hajar Mountains. So I say these ones are always for couples who are still very much in love, maybe the honeymoon couples, as they are a little cozier in size. Moving on, this year we actually opened 8 Serai terrace rooms. So they're exactly the same as the Serai rooms, but they have balconies, so French doors that open onto balconies overlooking the courtyard. So these are great for clients that are looking like to sit outside or have a greater feeling of space. They do make the rooms feel a little bigger. So that works well too. Moving on, we have our deluxe rooms. These are situated around the water gardens, and what's lovely about these is they have floor to ceiling windows, so they're really light and airy. Obviously you see the very kind of Asian design in there too, and you can see that our amenities there are Aqua de Parma, so these are across all the room categories. We've also recently opened a deluxe twin room category. So for those who've been to the Chedi before will know that we have historically not had any twin rooms available. So those have just been opened, which can be connected to a double bedroom as well to create a 2-bedroom suite. So another great family offering there. Again, for UK clients or clients that like a little bit of outside space, which I know is a running theme with the UK, we have opened up the deluxe club terrace rooms. So these either have terraces out to the gardens, as you can see in this image here, or balconies looking across the gardens and down to the sea. So we've got 14 of those as well. And finally, on to our highest room category, the Chedi Club Suites. These are obviously considerably bigger in size at 67 square meters. Beautiful, beautiful bedrooms you can see there under the domed ceiling. A separate living room space, which is transformed into a 2nd bedroom for children. So great for families, and a spacious bathroom with a huge sunken bathtub. And again, either a balcony or a terrace. With the Chedi Club Suite and the deluxe club rooms, as the name suggests, you get the club benefits. So these include our airport transfers, afternoon tea, cocktails and canapes, laundry, which I always think makes it to be a proper holiday. And one of my favourite club benefits is the decanters of gin, whiskey and vodka that are in the rooms. And these are replenished as and when they need to be, whenever they're finished. And so that can be every day. Everyday clients can enjoy drinks in the comfort of their rooms or suites. From an F&B perspective, we have 8 restaurant options at the hotel. So in the image here, you can see the main restaurant. In the main restaurant, like other Chedis, we have an open kitchen concept, so you can watch the dishes all being prepared in front of you. And the very unique thing about the restaurant here is that if we were all sitting down today, having a rather large feast at the Chedi, we could all eat from different parts of the world. So we have an Asian kitchen, an Arabic kitchen, Indian and Mediterranean as well. So we can all enjoy whichever we fancy a la carte during the meal. Down at the beach, we have the beach restaurant. This specializes in delicious seafood and actually is repeatedly voted one of Oman's most romantic restaurants. And I'm sure you can see why here. You don't need to take my word for it though. I think you should get there to experience it for yourself. But I want you to imagine you can sit on this terrace here with those beautiful fire pits lit, sitting on the terrace, enjoying the seafood, tasting menu and looking out, hearing the waves crash on the beach there, watching the sun go down over there. Finally, we have the health and wellness area. We have 1,500 square meters of health and wellness. I haven't got an image here actually, but there's a state-of-the-art gym. for all those gym bunnies who can't escape working out while they're on holiday. It's got all the latest techno gym equipment, Pilates walls. We've got personal trainers on site and also yoga instructors. And of course, a beautiful spa. So we've got 9 spa suites here. We've got some double treatment rooms as well for couples who might like to have their treatments together. And we even have a special mum-to-be massage table, which has got a hole in the middle for the expectant mother. And so the Chedi is actually a perfect escape, not just for couples, but for a baby moon if people want to get away for their last holiday before they become a family. Once you've had your treatment, you can head to the relaxation lounge, which you can see in the image here. It's such a peaceful place. I always want to stay there all day when I've been. And you look out over the serene waters of the Gulf of Oman and really, really soak in the treatment that you've had. So obviously the hotel is actually currently closed due to the virus that we're going through. We'll reopen on the 15th of September when we hope that the nightmare will be over and behind us and we'll all be able to travel again. I, for one, can't wait to get back to Oman. As you can see, the Chedi is obviously the perfect first stop on a trip to Oman, straight off the flight, or it can also be enjoyed as a final stop in the destination too. So you might go exploring and up to the mountains and then come here before heading home, whichever suits your clients best. As I say, it works as a beautiful combination with the mountains. I was lucky enough to go to the Anantara last year, and I know Karen will bring that to life for you shortly. But for now, I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and I'll hand you back to Svetlana to continue your journey around the incredible country of Oman. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Samantha. That really gives a strong desire to come back to Oman. I can't wait that day. So let's say the next day you would like to probably explore a little bit Muscat area. So we suggest you to take a city tour around Muscat that can be arranged as half or full day excursion. And and the first sightseeing we will visit is Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque. It works only from 8:30 till 11 a.m. So this is going to be always the first place to visit. Please bear in mind the strict dress code in this place. Afterwards, we will head off to the Royal Opera House. It's actually the first opera in the Middle East, and Sultan Qaboos built it from his own funds. This is how much he actually loved music, and he wanted to convey it to the local people. If we have time, if this is the full day tour, we can actually have an excursion in the interior of the opera and its temporary exhibition. And afterwards, we'll head off to the old part of Muscat, which is called Matrach area, with a beautiful corniche. You will see two big, one of the biggest yachts that belong to Sultan. And we will also take a photo stop by Sultan Qaboos Palace, designed by Indian architects. And nearby, there are also Portugal forts, Jalali and Mirani, that we will also visit from the outside only and take magnificent pictures. And of course, this is the perfect time for souvenirs. We will visit the traditional market. We call it Matrach Souk. The tourists can get here pottery, rose water, natural oils, silver, traditional Omani handicrafts, and of course, frankincense. And if we have some time and your guests wish to, we can also visit the factory, the perfumery, actually, Amouage, that produces the most expensive perfume in the world. It's Franco-Omani production. And I want to say that if you buy perfume in duty-free, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. but at the factory you get the samples of new fragrances. So this is a nice perk. As additional services, we can offer helicopter tours. This is something you probably you haven't heard about them yet. These are the tours around the Matarak area. We will see Albustan Palace, Bandar Haran area, and Muscat Base from the air. And why not take a luxury trip at the catamaran? It's up to 8 people if you wish to stay overnight. Otherwise, up to 12 people for coastal tours or sunset cruises. We can build the itinerary up to 6 days with a chef on board, and alcohol is also allowed on board of these luxury catamarans. And during this time, you will have this amazing opportunity to snorkel and dive with green turtles and see these magnificent corals and all sorts of colorful fishes that you will not find in other parts of the world. And here the wildlife is, how to say, they are not used to people, so they're not afraid of people at all. So you can really get close and see those amazing creatures. Also, you can do some fishing and dolphin watching. Actually, you're almost 100% guaranteed to see dolphins whilst you're morning cruises. So it's really highly recommended. Everyone is enjoying this trip as a child. And after having spent a few days in Muscat, it's time to pack your stuff for the adventure. As you can see from the map, the itinerary is a round trip. And I suggest that we start from the coastal route. The first day going to be actually quite a long journey. We will travel 350 kilometers. The trip will take 4 hours, but of course we will do some amazing stops to refresh ourselves in Bima sinkhole in its turquoise waters. And later we'll do some hiking along the pristine pools of Wadi Shab. If somebody doesn't know what Wadi means, basically it's the oasis. Oasis with fresh water pools, but it can be also dry gorges. And by the evening time, we will reach the desert. I will be quite frank with you. In this part of Oman, a high-end accommodation is quite limited. That is why I can either recommend to stay in Desert Nights Camp, which is a fantastic property that has all necessary luxury facilities, and at the same time they kept the spirit and the atmosphere of the Bedouin camp. Or I can suggest you to go for Elite Glamping. It is a unique service from Elite. We can set up to 13 tents in different locations. It can be mountains, it can be beaches. As long as we have a flat, enough of flat area, we can do so. We can accommodate up to 2 adults per unit, either in twin beds or king-size beds. And we provide also luxury bathroom amenities, as well as obviously hot water in the showers, bathrobes. We create the common area where people can sit and relax. And of course, we have hot showers. And also we can provide AC as per request. The second day, we will combine some time in oasis nearby Wadi Bani Khalid. Here again, please bear in mind a very strict dress code, t-shirts and leggings for women. And the rest of the day we'll spend in the desert, going through the Bedouin house, again, trying some dates and coffee. We can do some dunes washing. If your guests wish to have a little bit of extreme experience, because dunes here reach up to 200 meters. It's a huge sandy desert called Wahiba Sands. And as additional service, we can organize a luxury dinner in the dunes, either for couples or for little groups, no problem. And the next day we will head off to the mountains. It's another journey, quite a, I would say, a long journey, 3 hours approximately and 30 minutes. And we'll go through some authentic villages and through ancient capital of Oman, Niswa. We'll visit the most visited fortress in Oman. And the ancient, one of these ancient traditional markets, and we'll taste dozens of different types of dates here. And at the bottom of the mountain, at the bottom of the Green Mountain, there is a very cozy, nice village called Birkat Al-Maus with traditional mud houses. So we will also have a short stop over here. And by the evening time, we'll reach the Green Mountains and we'll stay overnight in amazing Anantara Hotel. And Karen will talk more about it now.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Svetlana. I think we might need 3 weeks in Oman at this rate. Okay, so it is time to climb the mountain, or rather take a comfortable drive in a 4x4. If you're coming from Muscat, then it'll take you 2 hours. You travel through the most incredible landscape, and then you arrive here at Anantara Al Jabal Al Akhdar resort. Now we're 2,000 meters above sea level and the highest 5-star luxury resort in the Middle East. Apart from the dramatic views of the mountains, being at this height, we're also 15 degrees cooler than in Muscat. So it's a really good choice for the summer months, or as Sam mentioned, you could potentially start your holiday in the mountains. You can acclimatise here before you head down to Muscat and enjoy the beautiful Chedi and beach life. Now the hotel itself is almost 4 years old. The design reflects an Omani fort, and beyond, kind of when you arrive, there are these huge impressive wooden doors behind which you have a courtyard with lush green terraces, villaggio with running water. So it all creates a very relaxing first impression. Okay, so accommodation. We have got 82 canyon view rooms and 33 private pool villas. So they're all very modern Omani design, all have the latest technology, everything that you would expect in an Anantara. All the rooms themselves look out over the dramatic canyon. They've all got gorgeous, comfortable balconies. You can enjoy a lovely cup of Omani coffee or maybe some bubbles as the sun sets. All your premier canyon view rooms are on the ground floor, whereas the deluxe rooms are located on the first floor, and both are very generous size, 60 square meters. Moving on to our villas. So the villas, our 1-bed villas, are at least three times the size of the rooms, and all the villas have private pools. We can offer, we've got 1-bed, 2-bed with either a canyon edge setting, which are my personal favourite, or ones with a private enclosed garden. And all of the villas include a wonderful villa host to ensure that your stay is even more special. Let's have a look. That's the 1-bed cliff pool. So that's my room. Thank you. And then here we've got the garden pool villa lounge. And then we also have a stunning 3-bed Royal Mountain Villa, which has really got everything that you would expect. And on our website, www.anantara.com, if you go into any of our hotels and scroll down to the bottom, there's a bit that says download a fact sheet. And if you do that, you can see a specific room and villa floor plan, along with how many other basics on the room categories, how many adults and children per room type. So it's actually a really useful function for all the Anantaras. Okay, moving on, we have, so this is the kind of the heart of the resort. So you can see the view of the main pool. The building at the back there is our award-winning Italian restaurant, Bella Vista. And then you can see a glass walkway, which is the famous Diana's Point, and I'll come back to that shortly. Now, restaurant-wise, our all-day dining restaurant that serves international food is called Al Maison, which means amazing star in Arabic. The restaurant sits above the central courtyard, and you can enjoy your meals either in the dining room or outside on the terrace. And then we have Al Kala, which is our signature restaurant, and it's set inside our Muscat Tower, which is in the middle of the resort, and it serves incredible Middle Eastern and Arabian food. We have the Al Burj Moroccan Bar Lounge and Al Bahar in the courtyard for drinks and snacks. And in the evening, this is one of my favorite places to have a drink. We've got an open fire pit, and the stargazing up here is incredible. There's obviously no light pollution. Okay, moving on to the spa. So when I first visited this resort on my very first time, I was very generously offered the opportunity to go rock climbing or to experience the spa. So it was perhaps not the most difficult decision I've ever made, since I totally love spas. And this is one of my favorites. You can unwind with this various spa journeys. We incorporate a lot of rose water and pomegranate into our treatments because both of those are native to our location. Let's just show you, we've got a private hammam suite as well. It's very nice to visit. Okay, just showing you some of the mountains there. So this, if we could just go back, perfect, thank you, Svetlana. So this is Diana's Point that I mentioned earlier, and it's the most famous viewpoint on Al Jabal Al Akhdar. So it's situated in front of Bella Vista restaurant, and back in 1986, this is where Princess Diana visited with Prince Charles, and it said he painted while she read and marvelled at the views, which at that time was a totally untouched wilderness area. And now this viewpoint is where you can, well, you can enjoy early morning yoga classes. It's obviously perfect to have a cocktail while drinking in the sunset. It's just a beautiful setting, and compulsory to have your photograph taken there. Activity-wise, we've got something for everyone at Anantara. One of our very popular activities is our Spice Spoons cookery class, and that's something that's available throughout all Anantaras. In Oman, you'll take a tour with Chef in his garden, pick out the freshest ingredients and learn how to prepare your favourite Omani dishes in a step-by-step class. However, unique to our Oman resort, we have loads of different options, and rock climbing is a key feature. We've got Oman's highest Via Ferrata, which can offer both beginner and intermediate routes to tackle. You could abseil down sheer drop-offs, or you could zip line across the canyon. It's all designed to European safety standards, of course. And if any of you watched the BBC programme with Giles Corran on Amazing Hotels, Life Beyond the Lobby, we've also got some built-in escape routes, which came in quite handy for him. And then this is a slide with my photos on it, and it's my personal and absolute must-do experience, and it's the 3 village cultural walk. And these are 3 abandoned villages that that you hike to. So you're accompanied by our lovely, who you see here, Omani mountain guru, who's Mahir, and he takes you through these abandoned villages, all the while sharing information about the way of life. And your route really allows you to see local life. So we walked past washing lines, farmers' fields, the odd wadi, and I loved learning about the locals. For example, on that metal door of all the houses, it shows you what the person who lived there used to do. So you can see at the very bottom there are some ears of corn. So he was a corn farmer. I think there were a fair few corn farmers. And our lovely guru also took us to his house, and he showed us where he and his brothers and sisters would sleep and cook, and he told us tales of his life growing up. And ultimately, you know, it's the Omani people who are incredibly warm and generous hearted, and that's really what stays in your memory for a long time to come. And that is my brief overview of our hotel. Thank you again for joining. And I am going to hand you back over to Svetlana. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. It does sound like a dream, Anantara Hotel, when you open the balcony and the canyon is all at yours. It's a fascinating feeling. So we continue, and at one of the mornings, we can organize a breakfast at the cliff of the mountain in Omani style for your guests, for unique experience. And as Karen mentioned, we would probably recommend just some hike, walk in the villages nearby, and the rest of the day just relax in amazing Anantara using its infrastructure. But if your guests have some more time, they can visit the Grand Canyon, which is in, it will still take a while to get there. It's around 150 kilometers, but we will go through some authentic villages and visit the old Bait Al Safa house of traditional Omani crafts, and we'll see amazing views of Grand Canyon. And at the end of your journey, the last day, you can either descend from Anantara and go straight and take a highway, or we can organize a off-road experience for you through Wadi Bani Auf. It will take around 5 hours, but we will make a real journey through some more authentic places. We'll see the ports nearby. So I definitely recommend to go for that option if your guests are enjoying off-road experiences. And this is all I wanted to say about this virtual journey that we are suggesting for your VIP clients. However, we are trying to diversify our services, and we do offer a few other services for, let's say, more budget trips. For example, we have scheduled departures. These are the trips in mini groups, up to 16 people. And we have guaranteed departures twice a month. We have the schedule. We definitely will share it with you. So if anyone is interested in this service, just drop me a line. I will not dwell on that at the moment. And we also have this unique equipment, rooftop tents, for the eco lovers, because in Oman you can camp anywhere you wish to. This is the unique equipment that other DMCs don't have. So please request me more information if you would be interested in self-drives. We also providing a unique travel book designed by elite travel advisors, and of course GPS. And I know that we had some tour operators specializing in golf that subscribed for our presentation. Again, I will not speak much about it now, but I just want to say that Oman is the emerging destination for golf experience. We have 4 fantastic fields, and we have created special packages for golfers. Please send me the request in case you are interested in this product. And at the end of the presentation, I would like to say that Elite is proud to be a traveler-made DMC that honors the principle of sustainable tourism. And that is very important to mention. And there is also a little thing that I didn't mention in the beginning of the presentation. As we announced from the very beginning, we will choose a winner for a trip to Oman supported by the Chedi Muscat 2 nights, Anantara Hotel 1 night, and also ground handling services from Elite Travel and Tourism. So following this presentation, we will send you an email with a link to the quiz. And once you pass the quiz, we'll get your results and we'll choose a winner by random numbers generator, and we also have 2 goodie bags to give away. So I wish you all good luck. And as I see, we also have 3 questions. I see that that was Nestle, and apparently that was about representation in Colombia. And Leslie, we are not thinking about it in the foreseeable future. So really, guys, if you have any questions regarding Oman or other our services or services from Anantara or the Chedi Muscat, we will share with you our contact details through email, along with videos for your inspiration about Oman, and of course a link to the quiz. I just want to say once again, thank you very much for being with us. I hope that you learned something new during the presentation. I see that you loved it, and that's an honor for me to deliver that presentation to all of you. Thank you again for coming, regardless the situation. I see that you're all inspired and positive. That's a real pleasure.
Great.
Okay, so thank you very much. I see that you are still sharing your impressions about the webinar. Thank you, very lovely. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Samantha, for joining us today. I think that you made this presentation very concise and really brought a real experience that I would never be able to do on my own.
Not at all. Thanks ever so much, everybody.
Thank you, and we hope that we can welcome you all back to Oman in the
very soon.
Yes, definitely. We all wish you guys to come to Oman as soon as we can.
Fabulous.
All right, goodbye. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.